This show is brought to you by Golive TV. Download the app now.
Hello, welcome back to the Joe and Joe Show. This is exciting. It's July the 8th and oh my goodness. Today's topic is so exciting. I can't wait to just jump right in. But as we all know, our show is about living life with gratitude.
Oh yeah.
So
take your vitamin G. And of course we have vitamin sun.
Yes.
Has been great, right?
It's been so, yeah, we're grateful for that. So
yeah,
July is great. And you know, Justin was talking this morning, she was talking to me, she's like, so did you take your vitamin G today? I'm like, yeah, I did. And so what is it? I was going to tell you, but I'm like, yeah, we wait for the show so we can share with our viewers.
Yeah.
So you know what? It's not easy because it requires a discipline and you have to be committed. But every morning now I wake up like 5 o'clock.
Wow, that's early.
I know it is, but I have to go to bed early. Yeah, so I know I have to, I need my hours of sleep so I can function just like we need, all of us, right? Like I have 2 kids, I am a single mom, I work hard, and I really try my best to make sure that I get my sleep in, so when I wake up in the morning, I can start a day perfectly so I can do everything that I need to do with the kids, because by the end of the day I'm going to be biting everybody. The kids are going to be having like, oh mom, you're such a miserable. No, I don't want to do that. So in the morning when I wake up, this is what I do. I go for a walk or sometimes a run. But my favorite vitamin G, where I get it from, is this. I really admire people's grass, gardening, natures around the neighborhood. Don't you do that?
It's beautiful.
It's just like, oh my God, you're so good. Like, this is beautiful.
You know what? My vitamin G, I have been going for 5K in the morning because, my little girl, she started a holiday a week ago. So I don't have to get her ready in the morning.
Oh, thank God.
So I have me to myself. So I wake up early, 5K, go for a jog or run, and then come back, get ready quick and go to work. And the whole day, of course, I'm in the office sitting 8 hours. I feel like I'm doing okay.
Yes.
There's no stress. And
I just shake it off. You shake it off in the morning.
Day on the good note. So good for you, Joe. You look great. Look at you.
Thank you.
Pretty dress for summer.
I'm working on it, the colors, and it's beautiful outside. People's attitude, like we talked about the other day on the show. Like honestly, you can see people are vibrant. They're a little bit happier. Some barbecues. Like I went for a walk yesterday with my family at Bayfront in Hamilton.
Nice
and it was just so nice to see people out and having cold drinks. So did you share with me a vitamin G, or that was it? Was that your 5K in the morning?
Yeah, 5K in the morning, but I have another amazing vitamin G.
So we're really twins. I can't believe it.
Yeah, good for you. It's good for our body.
We do the same thing.
You know what? That's for the body. There's something for my soul. Let me share that. First of all, I want to thank Mom. She's recording on WhatsApp with her voice the Bible. And guess what she started? The beginning of the Bible. Genesis. Can you imagine?
So sweet.
I take my time to listen to Mom's message,
every
teaching
morning.
me the Bible, teaching me the grace of God. And you know what I called her today? I said, Mom, I appreciate you taking the time to share the word with me. And of course with you too. So she leaves voice messages, both of us, right?
Okay, so
and that's just precious.
I think today is what? Day 4. And the first time, a second, I didn't really get. I didn't have time, but I said, okay. So every morning, I'm actually on my break time at work. My break is 10 o'clock in the morning. So now what I do, before I would be like, yeah, I don't have time, or let me pick up another file. But now I'm like, no, I need to listen to Mom's good message. So it actually makes me go out for a walk. I put it, in my ears and I listen to it. It's not long, but the most beautiful thing is this. She takes time in the morning, and I can hear she must be somewhere in her front yard or something.
I can hear the birds.
Oh my gosh.
Beautiful.
I can hear the birds. And Mom has a little bit of a health issue in her throat.
She has a cough.
She has a cough that's constant. It's a chronic cough. And sometimes like, and the funniest, maybe sad thing, but she was okay. She's still committed. She was committed to record that every day, every morning for her girls. And now she had hiccups on top of her cough.
I know.
And she's going, so God created you, and you are perfect in His eyes because of grace. It's not because you're good, because we're born with sinful nature.
Absolutely.
Just because you're good because he shows you grace. Like, who does not feel like $1 million by the end of the day listening to mom or someone who is close to them telling them such a beautiful words? So we're, you know what,
She's our
I share that.
inspiration.
Yeah,
I
that's
hope
my
we
dream.
inspire you as well.
We can share with you.
Yeah, for sure.
So, our viewers, how are you? Are you enjoying summer? I hope you are. And like we said, we're walking around, we're seeing the green grass, the flowers. Yesterday, there's a picture of me, actually it was yesterday, and I was walking at the lake and there is flowers, and I'm like, that is just beautiful. I actually have a flower on my ear right next to me. You can even tell because I'm blending in with the garden with the flower. Now, that's not mine, trust me. I wish my garden looked like that. But here is the topic today. The grass is not greener on the other side.
I agree.
Okay, so we have heard this before. Like all of us, somebody have said this before, but I'm sure this just raises a whole lot more conversation than just seeing your next door neighbor wishing your grass was as green as theirs.
Oh yeah.
Now
can we
share at the same time?
Can we share the picture of my grass on my backyard? Oh, I look so depressed. Look at that. I took that picture yesterday. I'm thinking, my husband and I, we have done everything, Joe. We did. I believe there were some bugs underneath. I can see some ants. Since the beginning of spring,
oh my gosh,
we tried to get everything ready.
Serious?
I'm not kidding. Have you been in your life, or you in your life, where you do everything, you think you're doing everything right, but nothing goes right?
You think you are,
well,
baby.
I know, but the surface, it's underneath the surface, so there's something wrong with our grass.
But you know what? Here is another thing that I was kind of checking and listening to people talking about this topic is the grass is greener where you water it.
You have to do something.
Now, you just don't water it because we know the Lord, God Almighty, He sends the rain to the just and the unjust. And you guys, have you seen, I don't know if you're Ontario, because I know our show is viewed from all over the world. I mean, I know people from Rwanda, from Africa, watched our show. Yesterday, for the past couple of days, it rained so much. It was like, I'm like, is this a hurricane?
Didn't rain in Brampton.
Oh gosh, like we're 45 minutes from each other. It was pouring rain, like I thought it was a hurricane coming or flood. But you know what? I'm actually grateful for that because, listen, I have a single income with my 2 kids, so I know when my water bill comes, it's like, oh my gosh. So I was pretty happy that we got the rain. But here's the thing: it's not just the rain that keeps the grass going because, I mean, we've been blessed. I can see my grass is going crazy. I'm sorry, your grass is terrible right now.
It's pretty good, actually.
My grass looks really good. I didn't take a picture of it.
You must have a good soil.
There is so much to learn about gardening. Like I listened to actually CBC. They have a talk show or a podcast, and the whole thing is about gardening. You can actually call. I think it's on Mondays at 12:30 today, and you can ask any questions. The experts, people who understand, have learned about how to grow your grass and make green, keep it green, and the weeds, the underneath problem, the bugs. So it's a lot of process. You gotta learn. You gotta really be smart. Equipped. You gotta have some skill to be able to keep your grass green.
Yeah, you have to. You have to work. There's a sacrifice. There's a commitment. It's a package, right? So sometimes.
So what's your plan?
My plan.
Yeah, for your grass. Any hope?
My plan. I actually am not sure because at this point, we are in July and we'll go to the cottage every weekend, so we don't have time. That's why I actually don't do flowers.
Maybe you don't have time.
No, I actually don't do flowers much because we don't have time. On the weekend, we're gone Friday, we come back on Monday. So that 3 days, there's no one to take care of my flowers and they die. So you gotta work with what you have. But my grass, at least, the front grass is beautiful.
Yes.
It must be the soil.
Something.
So anyway, something to work on.
Something
and
to
not
work
to
on
be
in your garden.
disappointed, right?
Listen,
never give up.
Never give up. So people, please do us a favor. Like if you want to keep this conversation, go to our Facebook, which is The Joe and Joe Show. And click like, join our page first.
Share.
And then why don't you send us your comments about your experience with your garden. How does your garden look like? Is it green? Is it hopeless, like Jocelyn? Sorry, forgive me. But it's not hopeless because there's something always you can do about it. You can learn, you can figure. Sometimes we think too much into this too. But like honestly, for me, I don't know. I have so many passions, but I don't know if gardening is my passion, because I'm telling you, when my grass is burning, it looks terrible. I can stand next to my neighbor and I'm like, oh my God, I look horrible. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. I need to cut my grass. I need to do something. I try to do it, but some days I have my sister Denise, who lives in Hamilton, about 10 minutes from me. The other day I came from work and I just pulled in my driveway and I was like, is this my house? Do I even recognize it? She came in with mulch and everything in the world and flowers and picked the weeds and it made it so pretty. I was like, oh my gosh.
Thanks, Denise, for taking care of my sister.
Thanks, big sis. But it's not my passion. So honestly, to some of us, let's stop wishing for our grass to look, as green as our neighbors and do something about it. Stop wishing and just do something about it. Maybe it will get better.
And that applies in our lives
as well.
It's why do we always think that we're not good enough? Or what we have, it's not good. Maybe if we are within different circumstances, life will be better. Is it really?
Really?
You know what I was thinking about? Since we're talking about mom, the word, the Bible, talking about Genesis, Adam and Eve, they had everything, Josephine. Everything. Yes. God will says you don't have to do anything. Nothing. The only thing you have to do is just enjoy and just the nature. But the moment he gives them a choice, but don't touch this. There's forbidden for this.
Humanity.
And then that's what happens when in our lives we have things, we're good, but you're given a choice, you always want more. But the more you want more, the more, even what you have, you're entrusted with, it's not enough. What do you think?
Remember the other day, actually this was Pastor Jamie from KRT Church. At one point I was sitting and he has a beautiful message, but he's not longer there. He's moved on.
He's in Florida.
And he said this, humans, this is how we are. So I've owned a dog. I loved my dog so much, but he was so much work and I have 2 kids and it was terrible. So I had to give him away to a good family because he was love of my life. He cost me $1,200 at one point, and I was like, I can't believe I just spent $1,200 on a dog because he was in a little, was in a cage.
But you know what? We grew up with dogs, right? So we just miss
So here's the thing. So I know what he meant by saying this, and I compare this to humans, us people, is you give your dog a leash. Okay, it could be as long as it can be. Okay. The dog will always pull. They're pulling on you like this because they want a longer leash. It can never be enough. It doesn't matter how they can go and mark all the trees in the world, but they want a longer leash. We are saying that people a little bit more. That's the issue. That's the problem. Unless we come to understanding that we are enough. I'm grateful for who I am. I'm grateful for the body I have. Speaking about bodies, that's the same thing for, you want your body to look like Kim Kardashian's. I mean, I have a picture of her and if everybody wants to look like Kim Kardashian, I'm sorry, but you are forgetting who you are. And remember that the grass is greener on the other side, but is actually the real grass. I have to tell you this. The other day I was walking, and of course this is the habit of mine of walking around the neighborhood and looking at people's garden and the green grasses, and I was like, wow. I stopped. I'm like, this is so pretty. It's so amazing. It's gorgeous. It's like so nice. And my friend was like, Joe, look again. The grass is actually not real. You can go pick it up from the store. I'm like, are you kidding me?
So you know what, Josephine? With TVs, with reality,
social media.
No, reality TVs. Is that really real? Social media, is that really social? So they give us the image and the
perfect image.
Yeah, which is more fantasy. It's more. It's a dream, and the people they think it's reality.
Photoshopped.
Exactly. Now, when you think in your imagination, in your dreaming that this is reality, you are literally going to ditch.
Yeah.
That's the problem. We have to be careful. Think, is this real? Is this who I am? Who am I?
Yeah.
Do I like myself? if I don't, what do I want to do about it? For me, getting up in the morning, running 5K, as I mentioned, I go to the beach, Sabo Beach.
Yeah.
Of course, I want to look good. If I want to look good, I have to work harder.
Yeah.
But if I sit down and just, you know,
you want to go get, you want to touch up.
Yeah.
You want to get some skin from your back and put it on your bum,
right?
And,
or
that's
see
cheap work.
somebody who looks great and say, well, they look great maybe because they work hard. They wake up at 5 o'clock like you, right? So we really have to work with what we have to make it better and to reflect ourselves. Exactly.
And you know, somebody said something like anything good, anything beautiful, anything good in our lives, we don't get to it by elevators. We have to take steps.
Ooh,
Didn't you love that?
Gotta
you
work.
have to take steps. And everything is not just a quick elevator to reach, you know, 15th floor, 20, you know, 100. You gotta take steps. So when you look at, you know, these bodies and these beautiful people, trust me, is that the real nose? Is that the real face? You know, like I was telling you earlier, I was watching this show, and of course I was trying to understand people's, you know, reality versus, you know, being fake and adding things on your body. This guy had removed 2 or 3, 4 of his ribs, the real ribs.
Ouch.
Okay, that is a little bit of a extreme. Like, how far do we go to look like her, to look like him?
And if we look perfect the outside, how is the inside?
Yeah.
Is the insecurity? Is it out of fear?
Yeah.
Is that out of lacking where you actually can literally breathe, right?
Yeah.
So the outside. So I was mentioning to you about my husband Michael. Of course, I talk about Michael, the accident he had. Yeah. So Mike, he is in minus 25 in the left side of his legs. So sometimes he wears shorts, he puts flip-flops, but he is screaming. He feels like knives going in and out, and he's hurting. He's actually hurting, and no medication works for Mike. So the outside, people are like, "What,
he's
Jocelyn?
cute.
Your husband, he's doing really well. He looks great." I'm thinking, do you?
He's freezing one side of his body. He's in pain.
No, sometimes he doesn't. He can barely sleep because, you know, sometimes he puts his snowsuit. Can you imagine?
In the middle of summer.
Exactly.
Oh my Lord.
So as soon as we focus on external, or these things are more mental, and you know, those are the things that we have to be we have to consider.
Absolutely.
It's all in within. It's what comes from us. The mind, the heart, the spirit really makes the green.
So, you know, I have kids. Of course, we're always talking about kids. It's part of our lives. The other day, I saw some kids, some girls. So, of course, they have an Instagram account. Of course, everybody on Instagram look perfect because of Photoshopped and everything else. And we want to look like them. And I know, you know, I do a little bit of touching on my picture sometimes because of the reflection and whatever it may be. But I know we all do this at one point, okay? Not all of us.
Look perfect.
A lot of us do. Like my face, and you know, like I was telling Jocelyn, and one of the things I'm grateful for many times in the summer, because I can see my 13-year-old daughter who's going shaving. Like, she literally takes so much time in the washroom to shave because she has hair on her legs. She's a mixed kid.
Most of women
her dad
do.
is white and I'm black. So anyways, I know a lot of black girls don't shave because they don't have hair.
Yeah, much hair.
But here's the thing. So I'm like, hey, summer's coming and everybody's shaving. I'm not shaving. I have no hair.
Me and Joey don't have to.
Legs. No.
Are we grateful?
Well, here's a part of it. I'm grateful for this. However, this package here of, you know, legs I don't have to shave comes with, I have no hair on my eyebrows.
Oh yeah, we don't.
I literally have no eyebrows.
Don't, yeah.
So, and I'm going, oh God, I'm gonna go outside. My kids sometimes when I'm actually taking a shower, I'm at the gym, they're like, Mom, you look like a ghost. You have no eyebrows. I'm like, but I have been blessed with nice legs that they don't have hair.
Exactly.
How far do we go, right? Some people are tattooing the eyebrows. We all do something, but to what extent? So I see those 13-year-old girls and all those girls, right? So they want bigger lips. Okay, they were taking cups. I don't know if they have water in it. It's something they searched on YouTube. Oh God, like I know YouTube is, it could be the most amazing thing in the world to learn from. It could be the worst thing for kids, because they look at the Instagram at this perfect body, Kim Kardashian or I don't know, Taylor Swift or somebody, and they want to look like them. So they'll go to research how to look like them. So they were taking this cup, sucking on it for about I don't know how many minutes. And literally when I walked out, I'm like, girls, your lips look bigger and funny. They actually try to make the lips bigger. So they looked a little bit swollen. And I'm
painful.
Painful, and all that stuff. So what are we teaching our kids, right? How far do we go as women? So, and again, here's what I was telling some of our guys here, producers guys, is this. When you look at somebody and you want that perfect butt, you want that perfect nose, or perfect this and that, you don't realize they're doing it most of the time. I know I'm to blame at one point is things that I want to do for my body. It's because we're not happy enough or we want more. And it's because of insecurities. It's self-esteem. Now, self-esteem, it's you. Now, when the other person is picking up from your body, they're picking up your the low self-esteem as well with it.
Absolutely.
So what are you taking? You're taking everything negative, everything from the other person.
Absolutely. That's poisonous.
Absolutely.
It is. It's not.
So
there's no freedom in trying to copy somebody that you're not.
There is another way. There's a perfect way to look at somebody because they've accomplished amazing things in the world, because they look amazing. And you're like, you know what? I would like to work on my body. I like to work on my skills. I like to work on my grass, my garden, so it can look like that. It could be an inspiration.
Yeah, it can be a motivation.
Who doesn't want a six-pack? Who doesn't want to look good? We all do, but why? Why do we do that, right?
What is motive behind?
Don't you think, Joe?
Exactly.
I agree with that?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I remember when I was pregnant, I had my son was 12 pounds, and I was so just a big chunk and nothing could fit. And I'm like, no, I have a goal, and this is my goal. My twin sister right there. She's like a perfect.
Was that your motivation?
You inspired me. Like, of course, you inspire me all the time. But that's the thing, right?
Awesome.
If you're looking at somebody and you want to learn to be better for yourself.
Exactly.
And that's okay.
Not out of jealousy as well, right?
Yeah.
Why does she look like that? Why can't I look like that?
Yeah.
So that's more peaceful.
Okay. So I was talking to you this morning. So we are from Rwanda, Justin and I, and we're always talking about
Rwanda. Look at the mountains. Have you seen
that is our background.
That is beautiful.
Yes.
Volcano in Gisenyi, is it?
Yes.
Close to Congo. We have been there lots of times. Beautiful Rwanda mountains.
So
green, natural rain.
Absolutely. So when I was talking about countries or us being inspired by other people or other places, I think Rwanda is one of the most inspiring places in the world at this point. Why?
And they're working hard.
Here is something that touched my heart, and I think a lot of countries should copy this. Yes. Come on, Canada, we're Canadians. I think you should copy this. Called Umuganda. Now, you Canadians might have issues pronouncing this word, but it's Umuganda. I can't spell it for you, but anyways, it's easy to actually, the Rwandan language is very easy to read. But once a month, in Rwanda, they close the country's activities and businesses. The roads are closed. And everyone, before noon, they clean the country, they plant garden, flowers,
we can get a picture
of garbage. This is the president, the most amazing.
And his wife.
President Paul Kagame. He's not staying home on Saturday when the country, everyone is out cleaning and planting and making beautiful country. He's out digging, planting with his wife. Isn't that amazing? Now, that is a true inspiration to me. For everyone in the world. If you do that, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
He's there, and he's being a model to the citizens to say, let's keep this country clean.
And it brings the community together. And at the end of the day, you have the green, you have the,
air.
What some people ask me, well, how's the temperature? How's the weather in Rwanda? And I said, it's hot. The sun burns, but there's a fresh air. It's never humid. Such a beautiful. In the morning, you need a sweater. At around 6, it gets dark right away at 6. And you need a little sweater to cool, but it's such a beautiful place. And I'm so proud of Rwandans working together to make, the Rwanda a better place to be.
So that is a place to look at. Now wish you would have a country like that. you do something about it and maybe start doing something the same thing. So I think that's, to me, that's a true inspiration.
It's an inspiration, absolutely.
Yeah, I love it.
So talking about the achievement, the things are going well for people. Can we talk about our boy, Marcel?
Yeah.
I think you mentioned about, one of our boy that we support a shelter them, that we rescued his family, entire family, with his brother Pacifique, who's in a wheelchair, but doing really, really well. Where is he? He's in university, and he's doing really, really well. I think you point some amazing things, how people, other kids his age, they maybe, I want to be like Marcel. His side is greener than mine, but what happened?
So the story of Marcel, Shelter Them Poverty Relief is registered in Canada, and then we work in Rwanda. So we work with the children, and some of them we start with when they're very little. You can read some stories on shelterthem.com. Now, when we're talking to Justin and I, we talk about our show, it's really a show that allows us to share our stories. And share our hearts, appreciate who we are, what other people are, and give us an opportunity to express a gratitude through giving. So Shelter Them is just me and Jocelyn giving, part of legacy building, among other many Canadians and other people in the world who are involved with Shelter Them. So Marcel is just one boy, or one young man now we're proud of, because he came from nowhere, nothing. He had nothing. And we give him an opportunity. We give him a home. We give him a mom, somebody to help him.
A caregiver.
But trust me, he went beyond and he worked really hard. Now he's in a university and he's getting scholarships.
Really well.
He's doing this. So we're proud of him. But the big thing for me was this. Our viewers, as we share our stories, hopefully they can help you. You can send us our comments again about, what do you think about your grass? And like I said, they're on a CBC radio. There is a show, if you want to Google it, you can call and ask about how you can make your garden better. I think there's so much shows and books and everything to read about that. And it coming to your hearts and our, how we feel about ourselves, be content and happy who you are.
Absolutely.
And if you're doing something to change it for good, change it for you, not
and
for
share
the other
the
person,
knowledge
and share the
too.
knowledge of other people.
Absolutely.
So this, again, at every end of our show, we're just not going to talk about everything and not leave without giving an opportunity to express a gratitude. Justin and I has a project, and it is running in a district called the Bugesera. Gateko. It's a community center. We need our viewers who want to practice gratitude, whether you're business, corporation, individuals, go to shelterthem.com, donate, so we can build this community center.
Absolutely.
We need people to get involved.
Go to our website. There is the picture of where we're at right now. We do have funds, and look what we have done so far, but we do need more money, more funds to finish this community center. It's going to help children, around 50 children a couple times a week, to go through the nutritional, women to teach them. There's so much work to do in this community that absolutely critical to have a community center built.
And we need money
by
for
the end
that.
of this year.
Absolutely. So our viewers, you have been touched. You want an opportunity to express your gratitude through giving and building something that's bigger than yourself. At the end of the show, we'll always share with you and give you an opportunity to give and to contribute to that community center so we can finish to build it. And guess what? Anyone who would like to contribute even furthermore and write their names and send it to us, or send your names, say, hey, I'm donating towards this community center. We can put your names on the hearts, and we can post the hearts inside the walls of those the community center when it's finished built.
Absolutely.
Don't you want your name to be significant and be a memory that's going to touch many lives? So this show is all about, really, it's giving opportunity to be grateful in good and bad and everything, and at the same time do real actions and make a difference in the lives of the organization that Justin and I are involved with. I think that's just amazing.
Yes, Joe. This is gratitude. And again, Josephine mentioned our time here to speak to you, to inspire you. It's out of our busy lives. So that is our contribution. Contribution can be made in different ways. Right now, the contribution we're asking it's to get donation going. www.shelterthem.com. Put your MasterCard, your Visa, donate today, and let's finish the community center by the end of the 2019 and let's celebrate 2020 with an open...
And we'll be celebrating with all our viewers, our pictures, women, children, everyone. We're going to celebrate this accomplishment of how do we really express our gratitude beside our beautiful green grass that we're working on.
Oh, absolutely. So welcome again. Our next show, of course, is every 2 weeks.
July 22nd. Yep. Don't forget, tune in again. We're going to be sharing our stories, our hearts, our gratitude, and everything that really makes us happy. And that's what we all want.
Visit The Joy and Joy Show. Share, like. Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching.
Enjoy
Until next time.
Summer.
God bless.